Welcome back, everybody. We've got a huge night of high school football on tap here on the variety of channels. Here on Extra, Bismarck and Shanley tonight at 7. On WDAY2, you've got Kindred and Central Cass. And exclusive on WDAY Plus will be South and Valley City. All those games coming up tonight at 7. It's just going to be a perfect night for high school football. You'll need a hoodie. That's the perfect way to take in a high school football game. And I've covered many a one between Kindred and Central Cass, and looking forward to another renewal of that tonight with a unique twist on the game tonight as we bring in one of our favorite guests, Central Cass assistant coach and AD Travis Lemar joins us this morning. You know, we could talk high school football, but you are a noted Jets fan. So it's my show, so we can talk about the Jets being 2-1 and what when you have a quarterback, that's what can happen. What happened last night?
Yeah, I mean, to watch him, like that throw he makes in the end zone, to Wilson, like I saw a post today, 97% of quarterbacks that have ever played in the NFL, that thing's going 97 yards the other way. Somehow he threads that in there, touchdown, like just, making plays at the line of scrimmage. It's a run play. He's checking out of it. Like, just it's amazing what that team looks like with him behind the center. It's unreal.
3 games in 11 days. If you told me they get 2-1, I'd be like, all right, let's go. They did that, especially how bad they looked on Monday Night Football against the 49ers. I'm running now. Let's go.
Yeah. And I think the more Mike Williams gets brought into it when he's fully back, like that's going to be a scary offense. And I mean, their defense, when they're healthy, is as good as it gets. So
let's go. Should I get tickets sent for us for New Orleans? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, honestly, might as well, right? Give me one of those press passes so we can be on the sideline.
Let's go. We're saying on September 20th. All right, we're ready to rock. We're ready to rock as well for the game tonight. I know I don't need you to get any more fired up when Kindred is on the schedule, but each team is unbeaten. This is going to be a spicy one tonight in Castleton, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you could pick like a better game, right? Like they're 1, we're 2, both undefeated. It's homecoming. We have Hall of Fame coming back. Nice. I mean, it's about as big as you can get in either one of our communities.
And this one doesn't need to be circled or this goes with the territory. So what's practice been like this week?
Intense. Like our kids realize what's on the line. The winner of this game kind of sets the tone as long as they take care of the rest of business, to be the number 1 overall seed in the playoffs. And you get to play at home every game. You're not traveling on the road anywhere. Like those are huge. And I get that it's one game at a time, but this one really sets that up for the rest of the year.
There you go. That's the backdrop for tonight. So there's there's no need to, the guys don't need that going out on the field, right? It's inherently known.
Yep. Yeah, we've been through it, right? The last couple of years, it's whoever's won this game has been 1 or 2 in the region, and 2 has to travel, and 1 you get to stay home. So our kids know it, and it's Kindred, right? And even if we were both 0-4, this would still be a huge game on the calendar.
The big guy's gone, but they're still quite good. What stands out to you with the Star Civics? What stands out when you watch them about the 2024 Vikings?
Coach Burgad just does such a good job with his system, like year in and year out. I mean, you can lose a Sunram and the guys they've lost in the past, but he plays such a well-oiled system, that his kids know what's expected on every play. They know what to do no matter what formation we throw at them, things like that. So, like, I just think the system he runs, they're a well-coached team. And he gets the results that he needs, no matter who's there.
I've been told there's some college coaches looking at one of your guys. Give us the lowdown on the next potential Division I guy out of Castleton.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have, obviously you got the 2 Star Civics and everything that's coming out of there. Yeah. And we have our starting right tackle, Aiden Wunderlich, who has done an amazing job from the time he was a freshman to this year as a junior. building himself into a D1 caliber kid. I mean, he went to camps at Wisconsin and Iowa State and Kansas State, and was down in South Dakota last weekend, and has been up at UND, and NDSU is looking. And for us, we really haven't had this type of athlete, at that level. I mean, we've had great athletes come through the mix. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it, but to have this kind of recruiting trail has been pretty cool for honestly all of our kids to see.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's the nicest kid in the world, so to see him get this kind of recognition is pretty sweet. And our kids have really, rallied around him, and can't wait to see where it ends up going.
How's he handling it so far, Travis?
Really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taking it day by day. He's, not gotten too big, or, like his head hasn't gotten too big or anything like that. He stayed really grounded. I think Coach Butler's done a great job making sure that he's asking the right questions and getting the right feel for the program that he wants to eventually be a part of. So, but no, he's done great with it.
I have to ask, this is a really neat deal you have going around surrounding the game tonight on the delivery of the game ball. Tell us on what's going on and how this idea came about.
So in July, one of our cross captains, Emery Holland, came to me and she's like, "Hey, I have an idea to try and spark some interest in the cross country program, and to make it be a bigger part of homecoming." So she's like, "Can we meet?" She came in, we met on it, and it was just going to start as a pigskin run, basically. So just the run from Kindred to Castleton. Their team would take the first 14 miles. We would take the last 14. We'd meet in the school parking lot, and then the teams would run the game balls in together.
Yeah.
Um, and then both communities have had two people that are pretty big in the community, like with our kids, fall on some tough times, both diagnosed with cancer. And we turned it in, or Emery said, "Hey, do you think it'd be okay if we turn it into a fundraiser for them where we run united for a cause?" And I'm like, as long as you have their approval, we 100% support it.
Mm.
So it's, both community members, Mrs. Rowe and Mrs. Stansberry were on board with it. I think it's a great way to show the, obviously high school athletics are important, right? They're important to the kids, they're important to parents, fan bases, stuff like that. But it really shows the importance of what can go on behind the scenes with athletics and how you can use it to make a bigger cause or a better cause. And kudos to Emery. She's been phenomenal. This has been her project.
Wow.
Really, it's like, we were on TV the other day, and they said, "Well, what's been your role?" And I said, I basically just asked her, "What do you need from me?" And I take care of that. Otherwise, it's been all her. And the coaches have been super supportive. Ambrosius over there, the AD over there, has been really supportive of it. And it's going to be a really cool thing for us tonight.
So give us the route. And I heard there are people going to be lined up on the road to actually see this happen as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, right?
Yeah.
We've publicized it pretty heavy. And Kindred will start with their game ball today. And then we're taking, as many back roads as possible. So kids will be running on gravel and stuff. But they'll meet, the two teams will meet at the Canaan Moravian Church southeast of town here, which happens to be just smack dab right in the middle, 14 miles
That's
in
perfect.
between the 28. So it works out perfect. They'll meet there, kind of do take some pictures and stuff as full teams there. And then we'll carry it on from there. And they'll meet in our elementary parking lot for one last thing, and then they'll run the balls into the officials tonight. So
that's awesome. That is a really neat deal. The online link, you're well over $7,000. I mean and we're still hours away from game time. That could get to 10 easy.
Yeah, yep. And I hope it does. Like, I mean, I don't know Mrs. Rowe personally, but obviously I know Dana really well. She's was our head volleyball coach for a long period of time, is back in that seat again as our head volleyball coach. And I mean, I'll tell you, somebody that loves kids, like that's her. What she does is always for the kids. It's just great. I mean, I hope that, this can help offset whatever it can offset for her and her family. And, but just a cool experience on what athletics can do for a community.
No doubt. It's a nice night out. Are you going to run? You can do this. It's not hot out tonight. Come on.
The joke was that the home team's AD should have to run the last mile in. And I said, well, if we're going to do that, you better have the ambulance with the AED cart, somebody that's willing to give me mouth to mouth, like all that. I said, I think we'll leave that up to the kids. Like, we'll just do that.
Well, Ambrosius isn't that far removed from playing football for the Bison, too. He's still in good shape, I would venture.
No, I mean, he's young, right? I mean, I'm pushing 50 here. I'm not out running 5Ks and stuff like that. That's a young man's thing or a young kid's thing. It's not for the old people like me. I could walk a 5K, but I'd be pretty sore and tired afterwards. The arthritis in the hip starts kicking in and I'm in trouble. So
Running United route. That's a fantastic idea that's happening. Running United for a cause, 28 miles from Kindred to Central Cass. You know how much I am on schedules. Is there any way I can throw this idea out there? You guys play the last game of the season permanently. Can we make that happen?
Well, that'd be cool. I mean, we're both getting moved up next year.
Yeah.
So, I would love it. It's, there's so much anticipation for this game. I mean, I think we both work all summer just making sure that there's one team that we're always prepped for. And, not speaking for Kindred's case or anything like that. They had a big opening game with Velva. So, but, I mean, people always ask, would you rather win a state title or beat that team? And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'd rather beat that team. It's just who I am. And the rivalry is so good.
Yes.
But like when you look at our staffs, like our staffs get along really well. Our kids honestly get along really well. But there's just that rivalry, right?
No.
And that rivalry means so much to that community. You have a full year of bragging rights, and it'd be great. It'd be great to do both in the same year. We were close one year and came up a yard short. So we'd sure like redemption on that this year.
Great to see you, bud. Thanks so much for the time. Congrats on this idea. This is fantastic, and we'll make sure we make that part of our broadcast tonight, which is coming up at 7:00 and JETS, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All the way. That's the year.
Thanks, bud.
We're gonna end that drought this year. It ends this year.
That's what I like to hear. Good luck tonight, bud. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Dom. I appreciate it.
Travis Lemar, Central Cass assistant coach and AD. Squirrels and the Vikings coming up tonight, 7:00. You can catch it right here on WDAY. It's at WDAY 2 and on WDAY Plus as well. And the Run United for a Cause, which it's a great idea. And hopefully they can generate a ton of money for, I know Dana Stansberry fairly well from her time of coaching volleyball for the Squirrels, and for Polly Rowe, retired, beloved teacher at Kindred. And hopefully they can generate a ton of money for that going on tonight. Appreciate his time. We'll take our final break. We come back. We got one last realignment salvo from Yahoo Sports, and we'll get you ready for a busy sporting weekend. We'll do that when Hot Mike wraps right after this.